Who knew that the people that ride scooters were so hardcore? Ciao, you fucking twat. Pebble and the Boy is brought to us by director Chris Green and stars Patrick McNamee and Sasha Parkinson. The Pebble and the Boy is kind of a celebration of British mod culture. And I learned a little something about mod culture today. And that is to say that I learned anything at all because before watching this movie, I had no fucking idea what a mod was. A mod is, according to the internets, British, especially in the early 1960s, a young person of a subculture characterized by stylish dress, the riding of motor scooters, and the liking of soul music. So pretty much they were kind of like the punks of scooter riders? I don't know. People that drive scooters. John, played by Patrick McNamee's father, recently passed, and his father was a really popular and pseudo-famous mod. John decides to take his father's scooter and drive his ashes to Brighton to scatter them in the sea. Because apparently Brighton is like the home of mod culture or something. As he embarks on this epic road trip, he amasses some new friends, one of which being Nikki, played by Sasha Parkinson. And we get to follow John, Nikki, and friends as they travel the open road to get to Brighton and spread his father's ashes and probably learn a few lessons along the way. So yeah, this is pretty much a road trip movie. The story really isn't the most interesting part of it all. That would actually be the characters that inhabit this story. John and Nikki are both likable characters that you want to follow. John is a bit down and sullen a lot of the time because of some of the stuff that's going on with, you know, his whole dad dying and everything. But that is a bit understandable. He comes across as a bit of a prude sometimes, but that's kind of the idea behind the movie. This trip is supposed to help him break out of his shell. The movie does have some pretty funny moments. I mean, there's nothing that's like, holy shit, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen, but there are some very enjoyable funny moments in the film. But overall, I'd say it's less of a comedy and more of a drama. It's more of a feel-good drama for sure, but still a drama nonetheless. The story's not anything new. You've seen this kind of movie before. There are a few light surprises, especially closer to the end, but overall, it's not breaking any new ground. However, it is, like the characters and the comedy, still enjoyable. Our characters go on a journey of discovery, they find out more about other people and themselves, and hopefully at the end they come out better for it. For the most part, it's all well done and believable. Like I said, there's nothing groundbreaking here, but it is enjoyable. There's that word again. That being said, there was a plot point closer to the end of the film that needed to happen, I suppose, but the way that it went down was a little bit odd. John gets very upset about a thing that he finds out closer to the end of the movie. And I get that this thing is a bit of a revelation moment, but it seems like he gets like a lot more upset than I feel like anyone would in this situation. Now the movie needs him to be upset at this point. The movie needs him to do the things that he does as a result of being upset. I get that. It is a key moment to the final of the film. I just think they could have figured out another way of doing it. This thing he's upset about, well, yeah, if I found it out about this person, I'd be like, oh, well, damn. But I wouldn't react the way that he did. I mean, he like goes off the fucking deep end about this shit. I'm like, damn, dude, I mean, it's kind of messed up, I guess, but that seems a bit harsh. Once again, I get why, story-wise, they needed this thing to happen. I just wish they had done it a bit more fluid. Overall, though, it is an enjoyable ride with a satisfying ending. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, the characters are the most interesting part of this movie, and to go along with those characters, we have some very solid performances. McNamee and Parkinson have pretty good chemistry together and both do a very solid job carrying the movie. The myriad of other strange characters that they come across in their journey are all really entertaining as well. Nobody here did a bad job. All the performances are all very solid. If you're into older rock music, especially from the 60s and 70s, you're probably gonna like the soundtrack here, and subsequently, if you're into mod culture, obviously you're probably gonna like it too, because it's got tons of music that come from that culture. Admittedly, it is a pretty cool soundtrack. Guys, The Pebble and the Boy was overall enjoyable. Not the most memorable movie ever made, but it was enjoyable. It's pretty solid all around, has a feel-good feel, and the ending leaves you on a high note. If you're into mod culture, you're probably gonna get a bit more out of this than other people will, but either way, The Pebble and the Boy is totally worth streaming.
Across the street.
This was just an enjoyable little film. It's not the best movie ever made, it's not the most memorable, but it is really enjoyable. So if you're looking for an enjoyable time for the night, then check out The Pebble and the Boy, and I think you're gonna have a pretty enjoyable time. So there it is, guys, my review of The Pebble and the Boy. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon in the description below and become a jarhead and get some of the awesome benefits that go along with that, like these guys, and possibly join my top tier and become a bad motherfucker like my man Greg. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Brighton.
You are a mod. You are a mod.
I've never really seen scooters as that cool of a thing, but after watching this movie, I kind of want to get a scooter with like way too many rear view mirrors on it and just go cross country like for a week or something. I never thought I would view scooters as being badass, but you know, these guys pulled it off. Ciao, motherfucker.